Morning. Happy Monday. Maybe not so happy. I don't know. So, good morning. This is Stacy. Hi, I love thrifting. Hi, guys. Welcome in. I've got a little collection of some vintage variety today for my weekly finds where I give you a chance to look at it. Now, I didn't have a great week sourcing, so some of the stuff is repeat stuff, but there is new vintage variety in here. So hope that you enjoy looking at that. Hi, Cami. So take a look in the shop. If there's anything that you see that you'd like, just holler it out. I do have, I think, one pre-bid, so we'll be pulling that up shortly. But I'm Stacy, also known as Mermy, and I have a weekly find show on Monday, and then I have usually a theme show on Thursdays. I think this Thursday I'm going to be doing shakers, salt and pepper shakers, salt cellars, any sugar shakers, whatever shakes. It's going to go high D, Gentry. So take a look and let me get this camera turned around. I hope you're having a wonderful beginning to your week. It's only 9 o'clock here in Arizona, so I know many of you join me from back east, so it's around lunchtime for you guys, right? All right, well, let's get started. Let me turn the camera around. This first piece I got at we have a pre-bid on it. I got at a auction as an auction lot. It wasn't exactly what I was going for. There was a piece of Vaseline glass in that lot that I was going for, but I do love the Victorian glass. So this is a pink opaline. Hope, are you in here? Because I think it has a little chip right here. So Hope, I just now realized that. So I wanted to make sure that that's still okay with your bid. If it's not, let me know and I can cancel, but it's just right there at the base. Can barely kind of see it right down there. But we're going to, since I don't hear from you, we're going to go ahead and run it. We have a pre-bid of $18 and it's running. So this is our first item up for bids today. Hi, Donna. Take a look in the shop. I have quite a bit of vintage stuff. A lot of glass today. A lot of glass. All right, Hope. You get this beautiful. This is gorgeous. Look at these. Are these bugs? Are they flowers? My son says, Mom, I think it looks like bugs. But then it's got this little green Greek key. Hi, Jane. Kind of look to it. Beautiful opaline glass. It's cased. All right, let's see. Okay, that was my only pre-bid this morning. So we're going to just start taking a look at everything down the row in order. So the first, I have a lot of Victorian glass today. Oh, I got to go back and look at that picture again because I have 3 of these. Okay, it's that one. Where are you? Oh, there it is. So I have 2 cobalt and then I have like a turquoise one, but this is the cobalt. Let me get it up to stage. Beautiful hand painting, old antique piece of glass. It looks like it has these columns hidden in there. These are all dotted, so they have a texture to them. The paint is in still pretty, and it still is, okay, it's Monday, guys, forgive me, that's sticker. The gold is still in somewhat good condition. There are some areas where it has rubbed there. Just a nice little bowl. These can be used for any reason. I think, I have 3 of them here. Wouldn't it be neat to have a set of Victorian bowls, all different colors and different artwork on it? That's going to start at 10 and it's running. So I have this cobalt, and I have another cobalt, and I guess it's kind of like an aqua, maybe. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, I have 3 of them. I just think it'd be neat. You know how Jocelyn did, I don't know how many of you watch her videos where she did her Airbnb in different type of restaurant wear. Thank you, Donna. That's coming home to you. It's so beautiful. I just thought that would be neat if you could find a bunch of these. Oh, I don't know if that one's next. Nope, it's the aqua one that's next. This one, I love this one. Very thick painting on the enameled paint on this one. Oops. Didn't pull up the right one. Come on, get up there. There it is. This one is a dot optic glass. Do you see the little dots in there? And it is floral painted. Again, you can tell it's hand painted. You can see the marks, and then it's raised. This one has, look at the little yellow flowers and then the roses and then the little ribbons on it. So pretty. No gold along the edge, but the edge is in great condition. No chipping or flea bites. Sometimes that happens. There's the base, somewhat polished base. And that is going to start at 10, and it's running. I like the dot optic in this one. So pretty. Thank you, Donna, for your bid. Each one has its own little personality, doesn't it? They're about the same size. They do stack. Thank you, Donna. That's your beautiful set there. And then the last one, I'll go ahead and do this one, even though it's not next in the line, because since we're on the subject of bowls, come on, where are you? There it is. I put vintage on this one. I wasn't certain, but I'm pretty sure it is also Victorian era. The thick enamel paint tells me that. I just couldn't find another match. The other ones I was able to find something close. Beautiful flowers. It's just painted on one side. It does have this one blank spot. It is just the cobalt glass. It doesn't have any optic in it. There is a little gold on the top edge. You can see it's in pretty good condition. There's the base. Hi, Den. Beautiful flower. 20 seconds, starting at 10, and it's running. I love the little dot flowers. They're so pretty. There's a nice cobalt color in this one. Deeper blue than the other one. Oh, Donna's going to have a nice set of Victorian bowls. Thank you, Donna. Beautiful, aren't they? Thank you so much. We'll take good care of putting those in the box to wrap them up good. Yeah, that was everything I had. And I do have, I'm going to run this one too. It's Victorian. It's a little glass. It could be used for anything. Let me get it up to stage here. I think it was next. Yes, it's next. Little juice glass. The paint on this is a little more of a subtle white and gold with a little tiny bit of pink in there. It is like blue frosted glass. It does have a little gold band along the top. These little scallop flowers, gold flowers, beautiful leaves, heavy enameled paint in excellent condition. So it is clear glass, but then they painted the light blue on here too. That's going to start at 8, and it's running. Hi, Dixie. Welcome in. We're just looking at vintage stuff. Most of what I found, but I don't know. I don't know if it was a summer slump or what, but I had a terrible time finding stuff this week. So some of it is repeats, but I tried not to pick things that I had shown real recently. So some of these are a little bit older. All right, I have this gorgeous orb. It is probably an ornament that is meant to hang. It has this little knob, and then inside the groove, I couldn't quite get to it, there is a string. So I think if you put the string around the knob, you can hang it. Or what I did is I just had this little, this base here. I just turned that downward, and then I put it in this little base. It's just the orb, not the base. I'm going to lower the price on that. I think that was the price I had it listed before. Let me lower that to 15 for you. And beautiful swirls. It doesn't have any signature on it. It does have this little mark, that little starburst, but I couldn't find another one that had that starburst, thinking I could find, the maker of it, but it is definitely art glass orb, and it's going to start 15, and it's running. And it's just the orb, not the stand. I pick these up every now and then. I'll find these in baggies or on the metal shelf in Goodwill for orbs or for paperweights. They work really good. So um, they just put them up off of the table and display them so nicely. Thanks for looking at that. How about a swan trinket dish? Check this guy out. He's so amazing. So he's got the cobalt blue, has a little bit of teal in there, so it's not your deep dark blue, and then it has a clear neck that comes up to his pointy little beak and his little feathers on the top. The dish itself is scalloped. I don't know if it was meant to be an ashtray. I doubt it. It does have a polished pontal right there in great condition. Beautiful little swan trinket dish. Starting at 12, we have a pre-bid and it's running. It's beautiful, isn't it? Nicely done. And of course the beak, that's the first thing you always check. Is that beak really there? Yes, thank you, Dixie. I will get to that one next, okay? Right now, Cammie's in the lead on this beautiful dish. Thank you, Cammie. Congratulations on that beautiful find today. So sweet. All right. So the next item I have, I'm going to turn this off. It comes in its original box. This is the box, handcrafted glass. And then on the bottom, it does say made with Swarovski elements. So there are, I think it's the hummingbird's eyes. I think there's some other parts that are Swarovski, but it's in its own box. So let me open the box and get him out. Set the box aside. It's never been used, or if it has, it's been gently used. Beautiful little butterfly. There's the Swarovski eye. It's blue. There's one on the other side too. And he's caught in mid-flight. His beak is there. The mirror has some beautiful painting on it. And then the flower itself comes off in this little swirl with a gold tip. That's the original price on it. And it is numbered and explained here on the bottom. Red Lily Hummingbird. And this is going to run for 20 seconds. We have some pre-bits and it's running. Beautiful little hummingbird. I almost called it a butterfly. Isn't it sweet? Thank you for your bids, everyone. It is adorable. We love our hummingbirds, don't we? I have one out in my backyard. His name is Humphrey, because we live in I used to live in Flagstaff, and the San Francisco peaks up here, the largest or the tallest peak is called Mount Humphrey. So I have Humphrey the hummingbird. Okay, Dixie, it looks like you're going to run away with that one. So sweet. And I'll ship it in its original box, so he's nice and safe. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much for your bids, too. I appreciate you. All right. That one we'll put aside. You are so welcome. All right. Our next item, and we're just going in order, but if you see something like Cammie did, just let me know. This is probably Italian. It is a Latino style glass dish. Has a rough pontal. It's a little sharp back there, so be careful with it. And then you can see the Latticino, and then it's crimped at the top and a little feathered top base, a little trinket dish. Art glass, hand blown, starting at $8. It's kind of a purple color. It's a really light purple. But it's just a beautiful little trinket dish to put things in. I think it would be really difficult to call it Murano. I think with that rough pontal, it's probably just an art glass piece, but somebody did a nice job and put some work into it. Thank you for looking at that. Boy, it's Monday. Can you tell? All right. Our next item is this beautiful 4-fold bowl. It's a light, or kind of a blue. It's like dark at the top and then kind of gets lighter towards the base. It does have a polished pontil. Here it is. No chips or cracks. It is heavy. I did put that in the description because I think you guys need, like to look at shipping prices. I do bundle shipping. So if you purchase more than one item, it will certainly take that shipping price down versus buying it singly. And it is going to start at 8 and it's running. These are nice for vases too, because you can kind of arrange the flowers in the edges. Like how it's folded down. Nice art glass piece. All right, thank you so much for looking at that. I've had this guy for a while. He's probably, it's Italian. It's a light blue-green color, more green than blue. It's a little decanter. It does come off, it just doesn't come off with the head. You have to take the head off and then get the stopper out. But it does stick together. There's the little kitty's face. His ears are all there. There's a Vitreria Etruscan Italy mark on the bottom. You can even see it has some details of the fur, his little tail. No chips, no issues, except for he's a little dirty. Let's light him up there. And he's going to start at 12 and he's running. I still can't believe it's the middle of August, guys. Can you? Time flies when you're having fun, they say. All right, let's see what's next, shall we? Oh, this is gorgeous. I got this in Tennessee last year. I don't think I've run this one before. So it is iridized blue glass, and then it has this white spatter on it. It is a very polished, high polished pontil, so it is meant as a paperweight. It is in the shape of a seashell. Beautiful paperweight. And it is going to start at 18. It has a pre-bid and it is running. No chips. Again, maybe needs just a nice little Windex clean. I'll brighten it up even more. Beautiful. It just looked like something that wasn't Chinese. It was like art glass. Somebody made this. Thank you, Donna. It's stunning. You're going to love it. When you see it in person, it just doesn't look the same as it looks through the camera lens. It is so beautiful. Thank you. Another one that's gorgeous is this blue swirl. This is an oil lamp, but it doesn't have to be used as such. But look at the gorgeous iridescent blue on it. It's got blues, purples, some light green, some white. It's just all swirled into this beautiful lamp. It has its original little wick there. And this one's going to start at 15 and it's running. This one just glows too. So beautiful. Nicely done. All right. Let's see what's next. How about some Boyd glass, slag glass? This one is, I have 3 of these actually. So this one is called Louise. She is the Boyd blue slag. I like this one because it almost looks like a heart. Is this the one? Yeah. She's in great condition, no chips, no issues. She's just a little colonial lady. Let's light her up. Hi, Gail. And I'm going to lower the price on her, guys. I'm going to take her down to $8. How's that? All right, she's running for $8. Beautiful little Boyd glass figure. And she's oh, I guess I should push the start button. She is a running. Is anybody a football fan? What's your preseason games this weekend? I'm a Steelers fan. We didn't do so good on our second game, but first game we won. I know preseason doesn't count, but it's still fun to watch. How about some brass swans? It's a set of two, the mama and the baby. There's the baby. Here's the mama. I think these usually came in sets of 3. Mama's in good condition. Baby's in good condition. And they're going to start at 12, and they're running. Starting to stay dark a lot longer in the morning, isn't it? And get darker sooner. I love the fall. I really can't wait. All right, let's put those guys up there and pick our next item. This is a beautiful, it could be used as fall or any time of year, really. It is from Montana, and it is Briney, Montana. It is signed as such right here on the back. That says Briney, Montana. Handmade pottery, studio pottery. It has this beautiful fall leaf on it. It's kind of got some pinks and some greens. It's almost like it's just turning right before our eyes. And then it has this beautiful blue drip over brown in excellent condition. But I love that little leaf on there. And that one's going to start at 12, and it's running. Don't be shy. If there's something you'd like me to pull up, just let me know. Thank you for looking at that. And how about a mid-century modern stylized cat, carved wood? I've got a couple of them. This is the single cat, standing nice and tall. Has a remnants of a sticker, but no other indication of where it was made or who made it. Nice tall sitting cat, starting at 12, and it's running. Oh, it's not. I pushed the button, but it didn't go, and I'm just sitting here. So next week, so far I have for next Monday weekly finds, I found a lot of little tiny owls. So I'll probably do those as a choice of one. And then I have that Vaseline glass I was mentioning. Hi guys, welcome in. You got it, Cami. I'll run that one next. There he is. He's right there in the camera, isn't he? So he's that kitschy, big-eyed kitty cat. And he is not only a toothpick holder, but he also is a napkin holder. He does have a little chip right there, but honestly, you can't see it unless you get it just in the right angle. It is marked Our Own Import Japan right there. Big-eyed kitty cat. No issues anywhere else. He's going to run for $8, and he's running. I think that's the last of my big-eyed kitties. I found several of them one day. Hi, J Sweet. He's cute. Those little big eyes, they almost always look like they're ready to cry. He reminds me of the Puss in Boots kitty. When Puss in Boots does that look, that little, like he's going to cry. Thank you, Cami. He is sweet, isn't he? All righty. This next item comes in its original box. It is a Chokin ceramic fan. Let me get out of the box. It has a little stand, a little plastic stand inside the box for it. It has this gorgeous, look at that, just shimmer, enameled, mirrored gold scene of a geisha by a pagoda. Beautiful scene. It's a fan. It says it's 24 karat gold painted. So the paint that you see in gold is 24 karat. And then it has a little description of what Chokin is, metal engravings from Japan, gilded with gold and silver, made in Japan. It can lay flat on the table, or you can use the little stand to kind of stand it up like this. And that's going to start at 8, and it's running. Found a lot of Asian arts too. I think for next week I have some cloisonne. What else did I find that was Asian arts? Now I can't remember. I'll have to go look. But thank you for looking at that. Trying to get it back in the box. That way it's safe and won't break. How about this wonderful? I just think that moons, crescent moons, are so amazing. So this is a cobalt glass bottle, and it isn't really marked with any distinctive mark. It looks like there's some sticker residue, but look at the base. It's not just the man in the moon, but there's stars, and then these are the clouds bubbling up underneath them, holding him up. And over here, he has a little, I'm not sure what that is. A flower, a fish. Oh, it's an angel. An angel holding its head in its hands. See the two hands? And then these are the angel wings off the back. And there's the man in the moon. Beautiful. Cobalt blue bottle. And it's running at 15 with the pre-bid. Hi, Christina. Happy Monday. Good morning. Thank you, Cammie. There he is, your beautiful moon, man in the moon bottle with this little cherub or little angel hanging out on the cloud with him. So sweet. Thank you so much. How about a little depression glass? I don't have much, but I did pick up this guy because he's a very different color, not a color that you see very often. It's just a tiny tidbit tray. Look at that. You could put any like glass orbs in it. You could just do little finger sandwiches. It's just a flat etched with these little leaves around the base here on a little pedestal. I don't even know what I call that, an amber, but it's kind of a pinkish amber color. And that's going to start at 5, and it's running. We've got a lot of glass today, huh? Quite a bit of glass. Ooh, honey. Yeah, that's a good description too, Christina. It is kind of a honey color, isn't it? Honey amber. Thank you for looking at that. And then this one is also, it's not really like, I think I call this one like a champagne pink one. But it comes up when I lens it as a depression glass. But it's kind of a different base design here. I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't maybe European in nature. I don't have a maker on it. It looks like some grapes and grape leaves, which is very depression glass style. And then the ruffles have these little grooves in them all along the edge. It's just a cute little pink bowl. And that one's going to start at 5, and it's a running. Yum, yum, yum. Are you hungry, Christina? You're up early today, huh? up and at 'em. Everybody else back east is already having lunch, and we're just here on the West Coast, kind of just waking up and getting going. Thank you for looking at that. And this I got in a baggie, and I share everything with you. It's glass. It's in this plastic. It says made in China on the back. But it's still, I mean, it's a glass butterfly, guys. And, glass on a mirror. Let me get it out of there. Kind of in a pink with yellow on it. Look at his cute little antenna. I'm leaving him attached to the paper. If somebody purchases him, they can tear him off the paper. I'll put him back in his little original box. This is going to just be, I'm going to actually change the price to $2. Start on that. And let's get him running. There he is. Sweet little butterfly. And it is glass. I checked it. He just needs a little, cleaning up, and he'll shine pretty, or she. Doop, doop, doop. There you go, Donna. Little butterfly's going to fly home to you. He wasn't what I originally went into the baggie for. There's always, they're very clever with those baggie arrangements, right? They put something that they know you really, really want, and then they put other stuff in there. But I thought he was still worthy of being shown in the show. Congratulations. Here's a beautiful piece of glass, art glass. Now, I don't know if it's Fenton, very likely, but a lot of makers borrowed this daisy and button pattern. So it could be any of those makers, but beautiful green daisy and button handled basket. Great, nice and tall for displaying your flowers or whatever you choose to put in there. Beautiful green. That one is starting at $15, and it has a pre-bid, and it's a running. Got some good vintage glass in here today, a little bit of everything. There you go, Donna. Beautiful black basket. I love these. They say not to carry them by the handle, but what's the handle for, right? So pretty. Congratulations. Yay, you're welcome. All right. Jocelyn taught me about tumble ups. So we have this sweet little tumble up with the violets. I think they're violets, maybe not. Hand painted. It is signed right there with M96. So this is vintage. Hard to believe that 96 is vintage, but it is. And then the cup is also painted. So you store the cup on the top and it becomes a tumble up. It is going to start at $15, and it is running. So it's for like your guest room, a bedside table, you keep your water in there, and then the cup kind of keeps the water protected. It's just so pretty. All right, setting that aside. Let's see what else we have. How about an apple? I don't know, I just saw Jocelyn's kids started school today. This is has a rough pontil on it, so it is blown. It is probably from Mexico. That little bubbly glass tells you it's Mexican, possibly recycled glass. It has a beautiful set of 2 leaves and a stem, all in great condition. No chips, no cracks. I just like the color, and that's going to start at $8, and it's running. The kids here in Arizona started the end of July 31st. So they've already been back to school for a couple of weeks now. We start early back here because we like to get out before Memorial Day. Mid-June, I think, is when we get, no, mid-May is when we get done. Thank you, Cammie. It's a sweet little apple. I can't resist apples. Being a former teacher, you wouldn't believe how many apples I have. But it's just something that I love. This next item is really cute. I've had other things from Harmony Kingdom. They are usually done in this cream colored resin, but this one is a pod of dolphins. It should say trinket dish, not trinket fish, but it's a pot of dolphins, and it looks like it's a figurine, but there's a little magic. Ready? Boom! It becomes a little ring dish or trinket dish. And you put them back, and now they're a pot of dolphins again. You've got your beautiful coral underneath. This is the symbol for Harmony Kingdom. Looks like a little cupcake, I think. Sweet little dolphins. In excellent condition, and that's going to start at 10, and it's running. Gotta love your dolphins. What was that? A couple of weeks ago, we had that pufferfish that I was auctioning, and we were laughing about it. And pufferfish, it was my Vera and show, my Mexican pottery show. And that the dolphins love using the pufferfish as beach balls. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but they do. Congratulations, Cammie. Isn't that really cool? The other one piece that I had was a cat, and it was actually a pendant, and and then the cat's head screwed off the top, so like a little perfume, essential oil kind of thing. So be looking for these. They are sweet. And I love how it doesn't even look like that's going to come off, but I knew it was when I saw what the brand was, because they always like to put a little space in there. So sweet. And one of my favorite pieces of glass makers that I think is underrated, Indiana glass, still mid-century glass. Well, more like 1970s. But this is a teal carnival iridized glass. This is a Windsor pattern with the dots on it. It's got this beautiful flower on the base. Nice iridized teal colored bowl. That's going to start at 15, and it's running. Hi, Margene. Welcome in. We're just looking at some vintage variety today. Got a little bit of everything. That was just some Indiana glass right there. Let's see what's next. I believe possibly Imperial. Oh, this is Ellie Smith. Sorry, I must have had this one checked on. Ellie Smith. Blue. I love the starburst pattern on this. It is a candle holder. So you've got your little candlestick here. You've got the little handle to hold it up and walk around with it. It can also be used as a candy dish. That's perfectly fine. Sometimes you can use them as a nappy dish. I don't know. I just think it's beautiful, beautiful blue glass. That one's starting at 15, and it's running. Looks really nice under the light. It has this beautiful glow to it. How are we doing on items? Oh yeah, I still have quite a few to show. Excellent. All right, setting that one aside. Let's see what's next. Oh yes, this is beautiful. This reminds me of Harry Potter. Beautiful snowy owl, just like Hedwig, right? It's an owl in lucite. It's unmarked. It's kind of like it's like a pyramid, but then it has other facets, and the top has another set of facets. It's very sweet. You can get a look at the owl from all different sides, and it looks like it's like a feather or something, maybe something he ate. I don't know, on the bottom there. Beautiful little flower inside a faceted piece of lucite, and it's started 8 and it's running. Fall's coming, Halloween's coming. I do have some, next week I have some owls, little tiny ones about this big. They're all small. Cammie's got this so far in the lead. There you go, Cammie. Isn't it sweet? Little snowy owl. Still in good condition. Polish that up real quick. Thank you so much. You got the critters today, don't you? I love the critters. I got some kitty cats and stuff too. So speaking of apples and school starting, here's a beautiful, hi retired teacher. Here's a beautiful carnival, a Marigold Carnival, a lidded apple candy dish in excellent condition. Could be Jeanette glass, possibly. I don't know for certain. Beautiful little stem. Here's the base, also Carnival Marigold color. And it has a nice little candy dish lid sound on it. And that's going to start at 10 and it's running. You collect owls? Well, maybe you can come in next Monday. I think I'll be doing choice for those little owls, choice for $1. I think I have 9 of them. So that one of them I can tell you is a Tanala. And then the others are just cute. I don't really like resin, so much. It's not my favorite. I think I might have kept 1 or 2 resin, but the rest are ceramic. All right, thanks for looking at that. Here's another little mid-century wooden carved kitty cats. There's a set of 2 of them there, leaning into each other, all carved. This one does have a sticker. Pantai Industries, handcrafted in Thailand, Bangkok, San Francisco. So it's got a few little, minor scratches from age, I'm sure. This little ear looks like it has a little piece off of it, but it still kept its shape. That can probably be sanded and to make a little bit smoother appearance there. That's going to start at 15 and it's running. I also got some Lefton owls too, Cammie, that I'll be putting up for next Monday. And I also got a German porcelain set of owls on a branch. So there'll be other owls next week as well, because I'm doing my weekly finds this week. And so everything I find this week goes into next week's show. So thank you for looking at the kitties with me. How about some mushrooms? I'll have glass mushrooms in my show next week too. So this is Mola, Vancouver, Canada. It's marked here, pottery, and it is mushrooms. And I think these are rocks. But I think these are morels, right? Morel mushrooms. Very nicely done. The edges are very rough, but I looked really closely and there are no broken edges on them, which is, maybe I lied a little bit. That one looks like maybe a small chip, but hard to tell with how rough the edges are. Looks like somebody tried to fix that one too. So there are 2 chips on it. Let me take that down to $8. Whoops, I ran it instead. I'm so sorry. If you don't bid on it now, I'll run it again for $8 if you're interested. So just let it run out. I pushed the wrong button. All right, let me run it again and change the price now to $8. I didn't realize it had that repair on it. And it's running. Very whimsical, kind of like fairy looking, huh? cool. We'll put that there. And then the next item we have, I don't know if you guys are familiar with egg coddles. They're an English thing, apparently. And they are a way to make, what can I think today? Eggs. You put them in there with a little bit of water, vinegar, I guess. Close them up. Heat them up on the stove. And then you have your egg. Pour it right out. This is a set of 2. They match. They're matchy matches with these beautiful little birds on them. This bird has a worm that's going to feed the baby. This one's hunting for something in the water. Same scene on this one. These are Royal Worcester. They are marked, made in England. I have these 2, and then I have this big one that coming up that also matches. It's just the larger one of the set. So you could probably get a couple of eggs in that one. These are starting at 12, and they're running. If you haven't, or if you just came in, I'm having my Wednesday theme is going to be, salt and pepper shakers. So that's what we're doing on Wednesday. I have quite a few different kinds, so it's time to part with what I have. I usually try to wait until I have a nice collection. I've only done one shaker show since I've been on for over a year, so it'll be nice to do it again. So this is Ransgill. It is marked Ransgill Crystal right here on the base. Beautiful gold. You can see there's some daisies in there and some roses. So it has daisies and roses. It's a ball vase. So it is very thin, clear glass. And then it has this overlay of gold. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's going to start at 12, and it's running. It kind of you can see it collects the light and just shimmers. It's so beautiful. Looks very rich, very fancy. All right, put that up there. What's next? So we're getting down to the last 5 or so items. If there's something you'd like me to rerun or show, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll be looking at rating into somebody. So we'll be checking to see who we can rate into. I'll do a table scan too, so you can kind of see what's left at the end. And then we'll just go from there. Here's that other coddle I was telling you about. This is the large one. It can take more than 1 egg. The smaller ones are just for 1 egg. And it's $8 start, and it's running. Beautiful little birds on it. Start rearranging things a little bit so that we can get a good eye on them when we scan. All right, move that up there. This is a sweet little cocktail set. It has this ruby pitcher and then 2 little cocktail glasses. The pitcher has this nice spout, no chips. I'm going to lower the price on this. It was an old price from when I ran it before. We're going to take this down to $15. There's that base. And then the cute little matching cocktail glasses. Great for little martinis or some type of liqueur. That's going to start at $15, and it's running. Very mid-century looking. All right, putting those aside. How about a Moon and Star tall perfume? I think this was for bubble bath originally. It is Avon. It is marked on the bottom. Oh, it was mouthwash, but it can be used for anything. But it has the Moon and Star pattern on it. It's a teal colored glass. This works just perfectly fine. Almost looked a little wet on the top of this lid, but it wasn't. And that one's going to start at $5, and it's running. I collect a Moon and Star from Ellie Smith in Amberina because I like glowy glass. It glows a little bit. Okay, what's next? Oh, gorgeous. If you love enamel on copper, check out this dish. It is in such amazing color scheme. It's a triangular dish, and then it has these aquas and greens, and then the swirls with the red in the middle. Look how beautiful that is. And it is black on the back. It is copper, enamel on copper. That's going to start at 22. Hi, Angie. Angie the nurse. We're getting to the end of my show, but please look through. If there's anything you'd like me to show you that I've already run, let me know. I'll hang on as long as you all need me to. Hi, Heron. Welcome in. All right. And then I think there's one more item. It's possible that this is Victorian, but I don't know. But it is vintage for sure. With these hand-painted, these is a really nice fall piece with the browns and the oranges. But look at the detail on that. I don't know if that's hand-painted or a decal. That's just a sticker residue. It'll come off. Beautiful. Even down to the little dots inside of the flowers there. I don't know, are those poppies? What kind of flowers? Here's the base. Nice frosted glass. Nice gold still on the top edge of the vase. It's a fairly tall vase, and it's going to start at 12, and it's running. Yeah, it's about 8 inches tall. And this is the last piece, and then I'm going to do a table scan for you so you can see what's left, if there's anything that's left that you'd like to see. One thing I noticed that didn't get shown, I'm going to go, hi, Joanna, welcome in. My Arizona neighbor. Joanna doesn't live too far from me. All right, this, for some reason, didn't get put in. I'm going to go ahead, I have it out on the table. And that is this little fairy lamp. Let me go ahead and add it in. Let me weigh it. I had it in here, but I didn't add it to the show. Clear fairy lamp. Very light, I guess. We're going to put 12 on that. And almost there. All right, here it is. So this is the last item here, this clear fairy light. It is diamond point on here. I'm not sure who the maker is. In great condition, no chips there, no chipping on the base. Cute little flower, scallop flower look on the bottom. And that's going to start at 12 and run, and it's running. All right, let's get the table put together here. All right, So let me go ahead and show you what's left at the table. And if we don't have any other interests, then we're going to see who we can raid into. So we have an orb here, a cocktail set, a heavy art glass bowl, a tumble up, a beautiful candlestick holder or candy dish, whatever you'd like, another little bowl. This is a little latticino lattice hand-blown dish. This is beautiful. This Montana pottery. We have that frosted vase I showed, a glass cat decanter. Stay there. Had a couple of carved wood MCM style cats. This is one of them. A Boyd glass figurine. Hi, Knick Knack Janny Whack. Welcome in. We're just closing up shop here pretty soon, unless we have anyone that's interested in something that's out here still. We're just doing a table scan. And then this little choke in there. So who is out there that we can raid into? An ornament sale. Jewelry brooches for vintage variety. The tarnished teaspoon. I haven't heard that name, so maybe we'll do the tarnished teaspoon. But I want to say thank you all for joining me today on my Monday Weekly Finds. And Thursday's theme is going to be salt and pepper shakers or salt cellars or sugar shakers. Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, we're all good on here, right? We're all wonderful. We're in happy land here. But thanks for joining me today. And I hope I see you on Thursday. And we will see you then. Let's go see the tarnished teaspoon. The boys are back to school, so she's up to some shenanigans now that she's free. So let's go see her. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great week.